Oh, yeah, this is much better. Hey, this is James with I Can Do More Home Videos. I'm just a normal guy who tries to do stuff at home and save a couple dollars. So, real quick, what I have here is my 65-inch plasma TV. It's a Samsung. Model number is the Pn64e8000 or something like that. And I'm trying to zoom in on the board here, but I don't think it's going to give me anything. So give me a second, see if I can do this. If not, I'm sorry. I can post pictures later. This is my first time doing a YouTuber video. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I had this problem, and nobody else has posted the video. They posted similar, but nobody else has posted something with this 65-inch. So the problem I was having was it started going on and off sporadically. We just thought it was the actual cable box, but actually it's the TV. And then one day it just completely went blank. Couldn't turn it on and off from the manual switch. If you guys have this TV, which is down in the lower left corner, that didn't do anything. I checked the power supply. I have GFCI outlets in my house. I checked that. That was the first thing I checked. All that was working fine. So basically my TV was dead. And if you guys know, back in 2012, if you have one of these TVs, we paid about $2,500 or close to $3,000 for this TV. And now it's basically completely useless and everything looks good. So kind of upsetting. So what I did was did some research online and trying to find somebody out there who had the same issues, and found a couple threads and found out that it could be the power supply. So that's the first thing I'm going to check. Since it won't power on and I don't get the standby button, sounds like it has to be the power supply. So what I did was I first did the research and ordered the correct power supply board off of eBay. And there's a couple of people out there, and this new board cost me $140. And I believe this is not a brand new board. It's basically one pulled out from a working TV, but they tested it and said it was working properly. Model number I want to say is like the BN dash 00516A or something on that. But if you have the, like I said, the Pn64e8000 GFXZA Plasma's TV, just do that search and you'll come up with the power supply board. So anyways, like I said, I took off the back, remembered where I put what screws came around, kind of separated the outside screws, then the inside middle casing screws, and then the one around basically the peripheral boards and all that stuff, and got it all set, and then basically took off the power supply board, which was located right here. There's three little prongs and kind of like 6 little screws that I took off. So I took that off, and basically now, like I said, took it off. Here's the old power supply. And, I did a physical inspection, and, nothing looks bad, but I don't know. This is, like I said, I'm the normal Joe. I can do, more home videos. We're just trying to see what we can do to save a couple bucks. Like I said, that TV, if you guys have one, it costs us about well over $2,000, and now it's, $139 is hopefully what I can spend and a little bit of time to take it off. I've only been at it for about a half hour, taking off the backing and getting off the power supply, so it wasn't that hard. Hardest thing was just basically lifting it and making sure that we didn't break it. So, like I said, taking off the old power supply, that's the old one. It doesn't look bad. I'm also thinking that I can probably send this in and make a few bucks on it to get some of my money back, because guys can refurbish these by just basically a little bit of soldering. TV repair guys, they all want it. So if you do this, keep that power supply board. Make sure that you can put it back on eBay or talk to your local, TV supply guy and see if he wants to buy it for a few bucks, and then go from there. So what I'm going to do is put this on pause. and see if, and take this out of the box and put it back on, and then we'll go from there and power it on. And let's see how it goes. So give me a second. Okay, I've jumped ahead, and as you can see, this is the new, or how should I say, refurbished, as I can tell, power supply board. I've already have it mounted. All I need to do is basically and do these three little plugs that I got to put in. So I haven't tested it yet. Make sure when you're doing this that you basically make sure all the screws are in, because I think they have to do something with the grounding. But after looking at this, I'm hoping it is a power supply. If you can see all that little putty that's built up in there, there's a little bit different colors in the putty. So the one down here is a little bit older, and the one up here is new. It looks like this is a refurbished board, and that's what they did, is just basically repaired this. And that's probably, if I put it the same way, what they needed, what mine blew on. This is my old one. So, like I said, I haven't tried it. So, how about I go ahead and let's put in these three little prongs and see what we get. There's one. Hear that click? That's good. Here's two. Sorry if my phone's a little blurry. One there. There's a good click. And then three. There's a good click. I'm all there. We'll plug in our power supply cable here. And I got my cord, and I'll plug it into my little Christmas light extension cord that I have here, because I have it far away from there. So I know I have this leaned up against my TV or my couch, but I heard a click, so that's a good sign. I can't really see if I have the standby in the corner here, but what I can do is let's push the button, see if we get any sound. I see that little light working, blinking there, which is good. If I leave the TV up, I have a no cable connected. My TV is back to working. So, folks, I will continue after I get the backing and everything put back in and hook this up. And like I said, this is my Samsung Pn64e8000 GF plasma display that had a bad power supply, which I took out. And it seems to be the culprit are these little things collect a whole bunch of dust and then they blow out. And as you can see, this old power supply that I bought off eBay, they built it up and they basically took a refurbished one and basically repaired this. Like I said before in the video, when you take out your old power supply, excuse my son here, keep this, because I'm sure you can take it back to any TV repair spot and at least get probably $30 to $40 or even half. Like I said, this cost me $139, and this is a refurbished unit. My unit looks brand new, way better condition than this one. This one just got repaired. So I'm hoping that I can get half my money back and hopefully fix my TV for 60 bucks. So, but like I said, it seems to be working. Give me a couple seconds to put the back and the casing back on and the mounting back on, and I will have it back in its spot where it used to be. Hang right there, where I had to go purchase this 55-inch from Walmart that I'm hoping I can return. So this cost me 500 bucks. As we all know that these TVs, Samsungs, cost about well over 2,000. So if I can spend $139 and get this back to working, which it is working. As you can see, I have the little green standby, which wasn't there before when I took off the thing. I can guarantee you that. all in well. So let me get the backing back on and the casing back on and mount it back up, and we'll hook it up to TV and we'll go from there. And that'll be hopefully the end of it. So back of the TV put on, back mounted, and look what we have here. We have our connection. So TV is fixed and back and working. Bad power supply on a plasma, Samsung Plasma Pn64e8000. Save yourself the money and the headache. You can do it. All it takes is about 15 to 20 minutes and just some confidence that you don't need somebody else to overcharge you to replace a couple screws and a couple plugs. So, like I said, this is my first time doing a YouTube video. I will post this up, and if you guys have any questions, I can answer them in the comments below. Have a good day. I hope this helped.